Peace to the family, was goody? It's your boy back with another episode. I'm your host, Jody Wins. Welcome to the Jody Wins Show. Hey yo, so we in playing mode. We got playing games today. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the teams that made the play-in. Shout out to the teams that made the playoffs. You know, it's always a sad time when the playoffs start because it's getting closer to the end of the season and we're going to have to go months and months and months without basketball. I ain't really into that other shit. I don't really care for baseball and no shit like that, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. So we got the playing games. We got Sacramento going against Dallas in the play-in. I got Sacramento winning that because, you know what I mean, Zach LaVine. Anthony Davis could lead Dallas to do it. You know, it depends on if Klay Thompson show up, which version of Klay Thompson we getting. I think Dallas should just sit out. I think Dallas should just not make the play-in. You know what I mean? Because them niggas need to get KD or something. But I think I got Sacramento winning that. Zach LaVine cooking. You know, DeMar DeRozan cooking. Sabonis cooking. Malik Monk gonna cook. I got them. They've been more consistent than anybody on the Dallas roster. So, yeah, shout out to Sacramento. I think they're going to get that. We got Golden State going against Memphis in the play-in. It can go either way. I got Golden State winning that, though, just because Chef Curry, Jimmy Butler. It depends on what Jimmy Butler we getting, though, because Jimmy ain't been Jimmy Buckets. He been Jimmy. He been Jimmy Butler. He ain't been Jimmy Buckets. Even though last game he had 30, but it's like he ain't been consistent with the Warriors. He been having 2-point games, 6-point games. We don't need that Jimmy. We need playoff Jimmy. If we get playoff Jimmy and Chef Curry tonight, Golden State getting that dub. We got Chicago going against Miami in the play-in tournament. Chicago or Miami. I can see Miami winning, but I'm gonna go with Chicago. Kobe White been cooking. Quagmire been cooking. Josh Giddey, that's Quagmire. Giggity. But yeah, Bulls been cooking, you know, late in the season. I'm not saying Tyler Hero ain't been cooking or Bam, but I think Chicago gonna win that game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami won. And then we got Orlando versus Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised if Orlando won. You know, Paolo, he been cooking. Wagner, he been cooking. But I'm going to go with Trae Young in them because Trae Young always, you know what I mean, he always show up in them important games. He always show up in them single elimination games. Trae Young, that nigga Ice Trae. So, yeah, that's what I got. That's the play-in tournaments. Whoever win those, you know, they get the 7th and 8th seed. So, it is what it is. We had the Suns fire Coach Bud. Yesterday they fired Coach Bud. You know, he did one season with the Phoenix Suns. His record was 36-46. Suns hella underachieved. I don't even think firing the coach makes sense. Y'all fired Frank Vogel. Y'all firing Bud. Y'all still owe this money, so it's like, why y'all firing coaches? Y'all need to find out how to get rid of Bradley Beal. That's the main thing the Suns need to do, get rid of Bradley Beal. Figure out where he want to go. Try to get a trade done. That's what the Suns need to do. I'm not saying Coach Bud didn't deserve to be fired. I don't know. I don't think Coach Bud should take 100% of the blame because I don't think it was 100% his fault. But yeah, the Suns moved on from Coach Bud. Coach Bud was a champion in Milwaukee. Coached them to a Milwaukee championship. But yeah, they got rid of Bud. Like I said, I don't even think he deserved 100% of the blame. I think the players did. I think when your most consistent player is in his 17th year, you know what I mean? KD been the most consistent player for the Suns all year. D-Book been in and out. He been struggling. He ain't, you know what I mean? Bradley Beal been in and out. He ain't producing like he should. Book dropping 15 points some games, 19 points. I'm not saying Book can't hoop, but when you're 17, KD is your most consistent player, y'all niggas is struggling, bro. Like, I'm not saying KD can't lead a team, but I'm just saying, bro, like, Book and Bill, they ain't been as consistent. And then, you know, they got players like they're not playing Bobo. You know what I mean? Bobo was cooking when he was out there. But, yeah, shout out to the Suns. I hope y'all fix that situation. They get rid of Coach Bud. It is what it is. Shout out to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo. They was the players of the week. My nigga James Harden had 39 and 11. No, 38 and 11. He averaged 38 and 11. Giannis averaged 28, 12, and 10 all last week. So shout out to James Harden and them. Bro, y'all got to put some respect on James Harden's name. To me, like, I know, you know, the media and all this, he ain't got no ring, but James Harden has been that nigga. He never missed the playoffs in his whole career. Never missed the playoffs. You know what I mean? A lot of players can't say that. You feel me? To me, I got James Harden as the third best shooting guard of all time. I know y'all, Dwayne Wade, bro, we never seen Dwayne Wade by himself. You know what I mean? Dwayne Wade didn't do shit when he was by himself. Well, y'all can talk about that 2006 champion. He had Shaq, and Shaq was averaging 20 and 10. Come on. Shaq averaged 20 and 10. So Dwayne Wade was never by himself. I got Jordan, Kobe, James Harden, and then probably Dwayne Wade. So, and then maybe Allen Iverson. But, yeah, bro, I got James Harden as my third best shooting guard of all time. You know what I mean? He's second in threes. He did a lot to change the game. He made the ISO work. Cut, pop. Bro, he been busting niggas' ass for a decade. Shout out to James Harden, the beard. Like I said, this is my opinion. Y'all don't got to rock with it. You know what I mean? But I got James Harden as the third best shooting guard. I think he better than Dwayne Wade. Tomorrow episode, I'll go over some stats to prove my point. But I got Dwayne Wade behind James Harden. And then Giannis been cooking. Giannis can say right now he probably the second greatest power forward of all time. Like, it's an argument. I'm not saying he is, but you can argue that Giannis is the second greatest power forward of all time in history. He better than KG. Like, to me, he better than KG. Even though KG had the midi, you know what I mean? I'm going to pull up stats to see if it... I'm not saying he better than KG, but it's an argument that you can have Giannis or KG. So, but yeah, shout out to Giannis. He been cooking. Like I said, he averaged a motherfucking triple-double last week and the week before that. We had the Pelicans. They part ways with David Griffin. He was the head of basketball operations. He drafted Zion. You know, David Griffin, you know, they ain't really been doing shit. I understand them getting rid of the motherfucking operations of basketball, David Griffin, because they ain't really been doing shit. I wouldn't blame Zion of him missing games, because Zion had an interview. He was like, I work for the Pelicans. I'm employed by the Pelicans. He said he wanted to play back-to-back games and all that shit. He said he can't because he got to listen to them. So it's them niggas telling him he can't play. So I understand them getting rid of, you know, David Griffin, try to go in a different direction. Hopefully they can find somebody. But it is what it is. You know, shout out to Pelicans for making that decision. We had the WNBA draft. We're going to go over the top 5 picks in the WNBA draft. We all know Dallas Wings at number 1. They drafted Paige from UConn. You know what I mean? Paige just won the national championship like a week ago. She led them to their 12 natty. Shout out to Paige. She's going to be in Dallas Wings with Enrique Ngumbawambe. I think that's her name. She's nice. So Paige next to her, that could be an issue. But Ngumbawambe, like she a bucket. She got handles. She nice. You know what I mean? We had Dominique Mahanga from France. She got drafted to Seattle. She was overseas. We got Sonia Citron from Notre Dame. She got drafted to Washington. Kiki from USC. She got drafted to Washington. And Justy, I don't know how to say her name. She got the number 1 Golden State Warrior. I mean, like the WNBA. She got drafted to Golden State. She from Lithuania. That's the first pick they ever had. This their first year Golden State having a WNBA team. So yeah, that's the first 5 picks. Shout out to them. Maybe on the next episode I'll go over the rest of the draft picks. But shout out to them ladies for getting drafted. We're gonna go over the playoffs, some games in the playoffs, some seriouses. There's Knicks going against Pistons, New York Knicks going against Detroit. Knicks is looked at to be the favorite, but I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit, get them up out of there, because Knicks is Knicks, They always, shit always unravel and fall apart for them when they get close to the championship, the closer they get. I wouldn't be surprised if Pistons, punk New York out of their position. Cade Cunningham, he been cooking. He could be most improved, And then that grit that Detroit play with, that bad boys, Isaiah Stewart, he'll probably punk Cat. You know what I mean? So I think the Knicks is supposed to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons won that. We got the Pacers going against the Bucks. That can go either way. Pacers, they beat the Bucks last year with nobody, though. Like, Dame was out, Giannis was out. They got Giannis, and I wouldn't be surprised if Giannis beat Indiana by itself. I think he can do it. They got Kuzma, they got Portis, they got Brook Lopez. So, I think they can do it. I wouldn't be surprised. Lakers versus Wolves. I know everybody think the Lakers is going to win that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ant-Man let the Wolves pass the Lakers. Because the Lakers don't got no defense. You know what I mean? Like, they got people that they can put on Luka to slow him down. They got people that they can put on Bron to slow him down. I'm not saying they're going to stop him. But they got people to, they can step up. Alexander Walker, he can put him on Luka. They can put Julius Randle on LeBron. LeBron 40, you know what I mean? So, and then they don't really got nobody that can stop Ant-Man. They got Rudy Gobert back there. He can, He a rim protector. They got niggas off the bench. Rob Dillingham, he can come and produce. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't put that much on the Lakers winning. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if the Wolves won. They surprised everybody last year and got Denver up out of there. And then we got Nuggets, Clippers. I know everybody think Nuggets going to get that, but I wouldn't be surprised if Clippers got that, because Clippers been cooking. Denver going to have to play defense. And if they ain't got nobody, like, they don't got KCP, they don't got, they don't got the perimeter defense that they had a couple years ago. And James Harden cooking right now. Kawhi cooking right now. Zubac cooking right now. I think Ben Simmons, he can be a help in that series, because he's another body, and he can pass, he can defend. So, you know what I mean? I wouldn't put that much on Nuggets winning that. I wouldn't be surprised if Clippers, like I said, I've been saying for a couple weeks, Clippers can upset anybody on the West. We got, now I'm going to give y'all my predictions of these motherfucking awards. For MVP, I think SGA going to get that. I think they're going to give it to SGA because they snubbed them last year. So I think they're going to try to fix it. Even though I think Joker, Joker should get this. I think they're going to give it to SGA. Defensive Player of the Year, Dyson Daniels, I think he should get that. That nigga averaged over 3 steals. He averaged 3 steals. I wouldn't be surprised if Draymond got it, though, because Draymond been more vocal, You know how that go when a nigga start talking about it, they try to put him in. But I think Dyson Daniels should get that. Most improved, I think Dyson Daniels should get most improved, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cade Cunningham got that. Coach of the Year, Kenny Atkinson. Number 1 team in the East. Ain't not what he did. Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle. The nigga averaged 15 and 4. I think Rookie of the Year, I think Castle going to take that. 6-man, Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard been cooking all year, you know what I mean? When the starters set out, that nigga came in and played. That nigga had 40 earlier. He had 34 earlier. You know what I mean? He just been putting up that nigga. He that nigga. So that's all we got for today. You know what I mean? Like, share, and subscribe. We out. Peace.